Hi, my name is Kai Salong, and this is my response for Bastard out of Carolina. Now, this was my first time reading this book, and like Dr. Swanson said, this is definitely one of my favorite Southern Lit books that we've read or that I've read in a long time. I have a heart, like, I can't believe that I never heard of this book before. But after reading it, I was like, I really liked it and I was very into it and it was hard to put down and just really enjoyed reading it. Um, I would recommend it to everyone. I've already recommended it to some people, and um, my only thing about that is that I would probably, and I have been as I've been recommending it, giving like a little bit of a trigger warning just because the sexual assault in that book is just so extreme. Um, I really, really enjoyed the book, but I had to skim those parts just because it was too much. And I say that coming from the perspective of a teacher who works with 11 and 12-year olds, and so it hit a little bit too close to home. And so when recommending this book, I think it's important for people to know before they read it that there is extreme abuse and especially sexual abuse in the novel. But on the other hand, it's that detail, it's that openness to include that theme. I mean, the author really doesn't beat around the bush when it comes to describing the sexual assault, and I think it's the fact that she can describe these scenes and use words, use vocabulary, give vocabulary to the situation. I think that's what makes this book so powerful, right? Um, and so, and I use the word powerful knowing that in these scenes when she's being abused, either physically or sexually or verbally, whatever, um, it's her losing power. And so, it's interesting. This is the first book that's dealt at least so much with sexual abuse and sexual abuse. When I think of something that makes people, especially women, lose power, my mind goes straight to sexual abuse because it is just it's so isolating and it's so makes you feel so powerless. And you can see that through Bone. She responds in a way that's so realistic, right? Like she eventually stops talking, she withdraws, people can tell something's up, but she won't say anything. And it's Glenn's actions towards her that are rendering her powerless, therefore speechless, loss of agency for Bone, and um, loss of voice, right? Like literally, she stops talking. And so she loses her voice. And it's interesting because she does try to find it in other ways, right? Like she has gospel choir and gospel music to give her voice, and the literal voice and the metaphorical voice. Like she is able to sing along. She wants to sing along. She wants to be in front of crowds, singing and saying things, saying these inspirational things to other people, but it just never ends up working out for her. And so, throughout the novel, she loses her voice. She tries to find her voice. She tries to find control of the situation, and it just ends up kind of not really working out for her until the last few chapters when she finally stands up to Glenn. And even though it doesn't go very well for her in that particular situation, eventually things do get, as we hope, resolved. The ending is a little ambiguous, but um, so yeah, so that's just my thought on voice and power for this novel because it is, such a huge part of this novel, because the abuse is so prominent and so central to the plot and all that. So yeah, not really a lot of happy things to talk about for this one, but a lot of important things. Thank you.